Hello everyone, this is the Hungarian Grand Prix, and this is our fast quali lap. We're currently in P3. A lot of people find this track quite boring. It's not the nicest to drive. Has a hell of a lot of history though since Bernie got it sorted in the 80s. This corner particularly, although it's been reprofiled now, where PK pulled off that amazing pass on Senna. And then there's this corner, turn 4, which is named after Nigel Mansell. As we go up the hill. And that is a purple first sector, so this is a good lap at the moment. And may get us on the front row of the grid. We know the historical things to happen here, of course. Fernando Alonso's first win, Jenson Button's first win, Esteban Ocon's first win earlier this year. And one of the most heartbreaking races ever, Damon Hill, 1997. Although Lando Norris's Russian Grand Prix early today was felt similar and just as heartbreaking as we do another purple sector. I'm not sure how the game is telling me I've done a purple sector when I'm still a 10th down on pole. But hopefully this should give us front row of the grid, as long as those ahead of us don't improve. And it does. We're a 10th off pole at the moment, but there's still some time for cars to go around. Players how it finishes. With a front row start. Mighty Championship leader behind us in third. And that's the forecast, so we're going to start off with a dry race, but it's going to get wet towards the end. And it's going to be really interesting with strategy. We're going to opt for a soft medium, and hopefully that first set of mediums stick out until the rain comes. One ready for the lights. So that's 5 lights, on for an age, and let's go. We got a really tidy start. Matty's ahead of us already. We're going to tuck in onto the outside. There's all sorts going on behind us. There's cars on our inside. We're going to take a wide line and give them a load of room as we get tagged. Oh no!
There's been an incident on track.
We're spun right round to right at the back of the field.
Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it.
Luckily a shorter field this week. Not many attendees.
There's been an incident.
And so we're right to the back. Saloon DNF'd earlier on that corner. And here's a replay of the start. So our getaway is very, very poor on the dirty side of the grid. Lights are on for an age. So Mick directly behind us got a very good start as well. Matty was challenging for first already. So he took a wide line. Oh! It'll be investigated by the stewards. I'm not sure who's entirely at fault there. That'll be for the stewards to decide if there was anyone at fault. But at the moment we're down in P12. According to our onboard, we haven't got any wing damage, although the car does feel quite understeery. And so I think Jock was somehow involved in all that, as was Skarma and Mick. I think Mick got away with it, Skarma didn't. I think Jock may have taken the Lance Stroll 2021 line into the first corner. The car gets slightly out of shape there and we're just going to nip past very, very quickly. And so at the moment we're 5.5 seconds behind the rest of the field. And so any hopes of a podium have taken a real battering on this first lap. As it's Matty in the lead. And we need to close with Rodders, who's on a very alternative strategy, started on the hards. Possibly he'll want to go all the way until it does rain. And so here we are on lap 3. There's a yellow flag somewhere. Michelando is out, so that's a position gained, and that's why. He's hit the wall there, must have lost the car. Left side of his car totally gone. We'd caught up with Rodders by about 3 or 4 seconds in a couple of laps, but we are on a quicker tyre than he is. And so that's the safety car out, and we're going to box. We might as well. So you can imagine that's the full safety car, so that's been upgraded to a full safety car. So it makes sense for us to box here. Oh no, so they're going to give us a new nose cone. Which apparently we didn't need. And so we're right back where we were. P10, Jock behind, Rodders ahead, although we're obviously closer to him now and he does have a drive-through.
5 minutes until
So this is a safety car restart. We've managed it well. Jock won't have a run on us. We're not quite close enough to Rodders. This is a very, very long race, and so I want to try and keep out of trouble as much as I can as well. But we've got a slingshot through there. We're much quicker than Rodders. He goes defensive. We're not going to try the outside, but we've got much more pace coming through there. He blocks us off, but we're going to stick that up the inside. And so that's one position going. Now we're back behind Skarma. We have Skarma and Laverick in front of us who probably are. As Ripley's gone wide, so that's one. Another position going. That's up to P8 now. Let's start this recovery drive. So Skarma and Laverick are probably my main rivals for kind of 4th or 5th in this championship at the moment. There's not much that separates us. As Skarma goes for a dive, but he's going to run wide and Laverick's going to get past with better drive from that corner. We've got Ripley right on our tail as well, so we need to be careful so we don't lose the position to him anyway. As we start lap 9. No sign of the rain yet, still clear at the moment. And Skarma and Laverick having a very close battle here. I feel at this point the Skarma probably has more pace than Laverick. And so if he gets past me, we're going to want to follow him. Skarma took much more pace going through that quick left hand at the top of the hill. Laverick goes defensive. We're back before the braking zone. But at this point in the race, Skarma's definitely got a lot more pace than him. Yeah, it's not the optimal line through that corner, but we're able to carry more speed than these two in front. Skarma's got to take a wide line there. I think he may have outbraked himself. We're going to have a sniff around the inside, but it's not doable. As Rob Will sets the fastest lap. Until to lap 10, DRS is now enabled.
DRS is now online.
Although it suddenly looks a little bit darker there, doesn't it? So the rain is definitely coming. It's just a question of when. Skarma takes so much speed going through that corner on top of the hill. Crowd's definitely grey. It looks like rain's on its way, definitely now. As we complete a challenge of something or other. This Skarma's quite slow for this, so we're going to gain pace on him. We're not going to be close enough for a move there though. But we will definitely have DRS on the next lap. I'm sure you'll have a warning for corner cut in there. Oh, he's got so much grip coming off the corners compared to me and compared to Laverick in front of him, so he may make the move on Laverick here. And he's going to go up the inside. And he's made that stick. Can we follow him through? Not quite. So I'll need to get past Laverick somewhere soon. The rain should be here any minute now, I think. I can tell Skarma was the quicker car because he's pulling away now. and will need to make this move quite quickly. We've still got Ripley following quite closely behind as well. He's just about in the DRS zone. There's Laverick around wide there. We may have a run. We will have a run. We're going to go down. And we do that. It's aggressive, but we've made the move stick. But Scammer's already 2 seconds up the road on us. And so here's a replay on lap 11. Just much quicker through this section of the track compared to Laverick. And we go straight up the inside. We run him slightly wide, but we just about give enough space. And so that's now P7.
Check your MFD for a new strategy.
And so on lap 12 now, we're just waiting for the rain, I think. We also need to defend from Laverick, because he'll have DRS coming down here. And I think the rain might be here, you know. It certainly is, it's here. So now it started raining. So now it's a question of when do we put the inters on if we need to. It was forecast at the start of the race to get into a heavy rain, which may be full wet territory. At the moment this is doable on slicks, but I'm not sure for how long.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.
We're not losing a lot of time at the moment actually. So at the moment this is okay for slicks, but it is forecast to get a lot heavier. Did think about inters then, but it's not quite the time for him yet. Although Laverick and Ripley have pitted.
It's not a perfect situation, but I don't think we have cause to move on to a different tyre yet.
I'm not sure if it's for inters or not. Although now it's getting very, very slippery.
You're increasing the gap to the car behind by...
Yes, Laverick's put inters on. We may have missed a trick here. Myself and Scammer and those in front. Because it's definitely bucketing down and it probably is time for inters now.
Strategy is available on the MFD.
Yeah, we're 2 seconds slower in the first sector alone nearly.
Confirmed.
As our engineer comes on the radio now telling us to come in for inters. We seem to be managing this but a little bit better than Scammer in front of us. Although it's so slippery. And there is just no grip. The Scammer pulls away from us yet again.
It might be just about time to come and
So we're going to box this lap. And it's possible Laverick's done an undercut on us. As we go around the penultimate corner, the car goes round. Can we keep it out of the barrier? Yes, we have. Definitely time for inters now. Scammer in front did not pit. So I'm sure he'll regret that. We're probably going to regret spinning because that's definitely a position lost now to Laverick and probably Ripley behind.
Okay, the stewards have now disabled.
And so we just about managed to come out ahead of Ripley. As we're on lap 15 now, but he's very quick on these inters. He'd have warmed him up a bit quicker than we would. And we're 7.5 seconds now behind Laverick. That's how much that spin cost us. Not even halfway through this race yet and so much has happened. But our chances of, well, I've said a podium at the start, pretty much all gone. Chances of a top 5 are pretty much null and void at this point. There's so little grip. Every lap's an adventure as it keeps on bucketing it down. One thing that might come into play later is penalties. We've had no warning so far. which is slightly unlike us. But as you can see, it's continuing to pour it down now.
Our gap to the car in front is 7.4 seconds.
Also, looked as though Ripley went very, very wide behind us, so he lost a bit of time there. And so as we about to start lap 16, gonna hunt down Laverick. We want to gain half a second on this lap, and the conditions are getting worse.
Until the pit window, you'll be on inters.
And so onto lap 22, we've halved that. It is now 3.5 seconds, but the rain isn't easing off. There's a lot of standing water. My engineer warned me about possible aquaplaning. It's not quite full wet, but it isn't far off. As we continue to try and chase after Laverick. Mick in 5th might be doable also at this point. We're exploring the grip, taking different lines through corners. And I think this might be a bad lap for Laverick. We're going nearly a second already. So I think he's struggling now. I thought he's just having a really bad lap. But the chase is on. That's ever so careful with the throttle through here, learning from our mistake earlier on in the race. It's on to lap 24 now. As you can see, the rain's worsened, but we're within the second of Maverick. No DRS, of course. As we get on the curb, we've got to save that, and we're going to lose a lot of momentum. So that's about 3 laps work gone down the drain there. But the conditions are awful. As I was getting closer to Laverick, I was really struggling to see. We lost 1.5 seconds there to Laverick because of that error. And so we're going to have to try and claw that back. Which I think we can do. For intermediates look okay at the moment. As Rob Wills has retired from the lead. And there's a safety car, we are going to pit. We'll use this pit stop. Fresh pair of inters. I assumed everyone else may pit, they haven't. So we're back down to P9 and back with a lot of work to do now. 8 laps left. Let's see what we can do from here. I think that's 7, sorry. So we didn't manage that restart well. But at this point, there are a lot of cars in front of me who have time penalties and we don't. We've kept it clean. And there's a yellow flag somewhere, I'm not sure what's happened. That quickly turned to green. May have involved Skarma actually, I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
As we think it may be time for the wet weather tyres. It's very, very difficult to judge, very difficult to see anything in the spray. You get the feeling Michael Massey would have probably red flagged this by now. The Skarma takes a trip through the chicane. I think that may have gained him another time penalty. So with so little time left, and with penalties for those in front of us, we can afford not to waste too much time. As Skarma goes very wide there. Will we have a run going in to this corner? No, we're not quite close enough. And at the moment, I don't feel as though my new inters are giving me any kind of advantage. The Skarma does decide to pit for full wets. This will be interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on his time to know what to do ourselves. As it stands, We're going to inherit 6th and 7th from those ahead due to penalties. On lap 32, we're right behind Jock here. There's no need to put too much risk if we do go for the overtake, because at the moment we're in at P6. But the rain is absolutely pouring, and this is the fine line between wet tyres and intermediates. There was so little of the race left. It's an absolute gamble on what to do. There may be a sniff of a P5 in here, I can't see at the moment. What time penalty Laverick's got up in P5? Probably struggle to catch them on track, but we can be within the time penalty. This Jock decides to put the wets on. He's seen something that I haven't. So those Scarmer's catching, he's not catching by enough to worry me towards the end of this race. And so here we go, penultimate lap. At the moment we inherit P5, I think. There's all sorts going on. Miari's in the wall. So that's P6. And at the moment it's a net P4. Which is not where I thought I was going to be when I spun on lap 12. As Ripley and Laverick do battle ahead, be best to keep out of this, I think. There's absolutely no need. We're nowhere near the podium, so there's pointless pushing too much as they try and go side by side through there. There's contact, there's more contact. Will Ripley get through? No, not quite. The spray's getting awful at this point. Really struggling to see anything on track. Is that more contact? Ripley's run wide. There's Laverick still in front for now, but he's going to run wide. Ripley might get a better drive going into the hairpin. Not quite yet. As we try not to spin it. So this will be the last lap. As it stands, we are P4.
This is your final lap of the race.
There's Ripley, ooh, he's not quite close enough there, but he's right on the back of Laverick's gearbox. We've got to be mindful, we're losing time to Rodders behind here, who could be a threat. Although he does have 9 seconds worth of time penalties. Where's Ripley going? Where's Laverick going? Struggling to see for all the spray. Oh, fantastic overtake by Ripley. Got a slingshot. Al Mansell corner going up the hill. And so he'll get that. We think we'll move around the outside. Laverick very, very slow at this stage. I wonder if he's picked up damage in that battle somewhere. Not worth a look into the chicane. So Ripley's gone, but I don't think he's going to be 9 seconds gone. It's Laverick really, really slow there. Will we get a run on him? We will. It's similar to our overtake earlier in the race. Mataman's the race winner. Fabulous drive from him. We didn't need to make that overtake, but the racer in me wanted to make it. And so although we're P5 on the track, we'll be P4 in the standings. I was hoping for a podium, I haven't got it. It's been a long drought since we won in Monaco getting on the podium. But after the start of that race, I'm quite happy to take P4. So there's confirmation of the standings. Podium consisted of Matt Man winning, Matty second, and Mick in third, and we finished P4.